Good of you to join. Welcome back to Crown Falls, to our Megacity with the Iron Tower completed in the last episode. I just have to walk by here again and again because it's really a nice area that we have now, right? With some fountains, people can enjoy it. They can eat something over there at the restaurant, our goulash, our famous one. Enjoying the great tower, of course. And yeah, well, if they have some spare time available, they might also just use the Iron Tower's elevator to get up to the highest level. I mean, I think the Skyline Tower is still higher. Do you hear that? There is music playing here in the elevator. Or it's just someone having those new smartphones with them. No idea. Very good. I think this is our... Oh no, it's getting further up. Alright. I can't leave. It just baffles me how much detail this game has. With the music and even the weight stones that are going up and down here. That's just really beautiful. So many details. I think, is that our level now? Have we arrived? No, it's going down again. This is our lift experience, our elevator experience. Nice one, right? So this is the Iron Tower, also now in the city of Crown Falls. Beside the elevator experience though, it also does something. It's boosting my tourist population further to 5,900 that we have now. And with this, we can also increase its radius once more. We can actually double it. And that also means that we can then most likely affect almost all of the skyline towers that we have up to this point here at the moment. Look at that. I mean, this is huge. And of course, if I would have built it over there, we could also affect then these guys here, but that's just something smaller. Really doesn't matter that much anymore because it's just the numbers. I like this location, and this is where the Iron Tower is situated now in Crown Falls. Reducing then also, or massively reducing then our needs as well for coffee, champagne, and chocolate. Now, about my workforce, we have the next town hall over there in Ketesta, and I also have now some new items that we can use. So this is also affecting the worker residences with 30% more workers. This actually leads to exactly 0. I mean, what are the odds? But I can further boost this by the Vindication of Women's Rights and also the Statutory Night Work Act, another 15%. And with that, without having built a single additional worker residence, we do have a lot of new workforce. And with that, also an equal workforce once more, despite having upgraded so many. And by the way, we could still upgrade a few more if I want to. So, I don't even know why he talks with us, because we haven't really researched anything. Let's go ahead and upgrade a few more over there on this island. I think that is priority. We still have a lot of workers in this area too, that are close to the palace, that I really don't like to have in this area. So, we could go ahead and upgrade those bunches, leading to a negative workforce population once more. But that's not a big deal, as we know. Will we change the skins? No, I think it's fine as it is. Because I still have another joker up my sleeves, and that is lifestyle needs for the workers. We haven't really fulfilled most of that yet. I do have the local mail. I can enable this one right away, so this leads to 2 more workers per building, that is. We also have the penny farthings. I think penny farthings, wait a second. We should have a pretty high number of that, if I'm not entirely mistaken. We're capped on penny farthings. I think the production, the total one, is equaling a 5, right? So the difference is 5 at the moment when there's a full production. It's not at the moment because we're capped on the storage. But if it is, we have a 5 difference there. Let's just check it out. If we enable the lifestyle needs for the workers now, for the penny farthings, how big of a deal would that be? So as we can see, this is now further reducing my negativity there. And it leads to only 1 more ton that is being used here. So we are totally fine on this if I enable that. Anything else we could do? Beef we would have? No, not really. Olive soap. This is the new needs from the pescatarians. Beef would be possible too. Beef we're getting in, but beef we're already consuming now with our Iron Tower, so I should not consume it that much more. However, I think we do have some room left in the docklands. I could use the beef. We do need it for the iron tower. And ooh, as we can see, it's quite busy up there anyway. Yeah, let's just have some sewing machines here. Really, we have a huge surplus of that. And with that, I can also enable beef for my people here, leading to 2 more workers in addition, and we are almost equal again. And I haven't even touched the lifestyle needs in Catester yet, because here, of course, as well we can do this. First of all, soap is not there. We, however, have a huge pig production in Catester. I might just do something about that. Soap is full in crown folds. Let's check it out. If we have any trade route that we use, like the filaments, for example, between crown folds and a Catester is still having lots of room left. So let's just use this one here to get us the soap over, right? And this will be a massive boost in addition to the workforce that we have. And this will enable us further upgrades. As we can see, we are already positive there with 300. Another thing is that we haven't used the leather production here yet at all in Catester. So this is another potential upgrade that we can use for more workers then. So there it is. The small post office doesn't even require aluminium that we would need otherwise. And this one is actually consuming artisans. So it's employing artisans to it. And yeah, we can just use this here somewhere also really central. We could have it next to the town hall, to be honest. This makes sense to me. Let's just move a few of these buildings then over. Oh, by the way, another upgrade. Level 70. 69 we are. Getting close to the 70 now. And then we go with one of these post offices here in the center, producing now local mail for us. More than we will ever need. Just to make sure, let's also have another one on the other side. So that one here. To also produce this. And we can enable it immediately, leading to another 2 per building. And since in Catester we have a lot of buildings, that's a lot of additional workers now coming in. And this also makes it possible to have even more other workers now being upgraded. Also in Crown Falls, this whole area, I really don't want to have workers so close to the prime areas that we have, right? So it's very visible, and having just some artisans here would be my ideal. Let's just have this one here. By the ocean side. Population breach, 250,000. Happy about that. Now, while that is all working, let's go to Manola back again, where we started with the tourism in the last episode as well. So we do have now the hotels here, and with that already the first attractions that we're using, the hacienda. Next up would be fur coats and bread. Nothing is easier than that. I think we do we still have an airship available that we could use? Yes. For example, Dorothy here is somewhere off the coast of Hamza. Let's just unload the steel beams. We have too much of that, so let's just drop it off. And let's use Dorothy here for, it has 5 slots, for this trade route that we can make directly between Crown Falls and Manola. And that would be then the bread. We will probably not need that much of it, but still some of it. Wait a second, we don't have that much bread anymore in Cape Trelawney, because we're not producing that. We're producing the majority in Catester. Making 2 trade routes with that would be problematic once more. I could. Then we have the fur coats as well. Let's use a trade route from Catester to Manola right away. Let's not make this more complicated, and I certainly don't like to have multiple stop trade routes all the time. So let's go ahead, Catester to Manola. And this is really just using the bread that we have. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be more items that we need, and we're going to keep this one available then. And Dorothy is on this trade route right away. For Manola, for the tourists, we would also need jam in the future. Very good. So this we can also get right away from the old world, and shampoo as well. So actually we have then almost everything that we need. The boxing arena is easy. Fur coats is just a happiness need. The post office is then something. The zoo and the docklands, we have that too already available. So let's go ahead and continue with our bus system. So we have one here by the docks, of course, that we need. Then we have one, oh, very strange, the football stadium unfortunately is not being used. That's because the mod was implemented before the new football stadium got introduced, right? There's the boxing arena though. We have, can I use it? Yes, okay, we can do this like that. Lots of celebrations once again. at the Samba school. Let's go ahead and have the bus station right here, because with that we also affect the boxing arena. Once it's unlocked, it should be unlocked already. Yes, it is. And this leads to more tourists now already, pushing us to 130. But of course, that's not enough. Up here on the hill, where we're going to have the statue then, let's also have the next people upgraded. Can we afford this? Yeah, we can. Very good. 600 we still have left then. I might actually also make it all the row here, so that the main road at least has obreros side by side. And then the main road continues now from the harbor area all the way then up to this plateau that we can use. On that side, I might actually have a few more district expansions for Manola. There's a marketplace over there. Here, I would like to, just for safety reasons, keep a bit of a distance to the dam though, right? So I don't want to build all the way to the dam. You usually don't do this, so let's not have people living closer to the dam than necessary. However, of course, they can still use paved roads. All the way here to the end. We still need some tourist buildings, right? So let's check it out real quick for the hotel itself. For happiness, we had the museum. The zoo will be unlocked really soon. And the museum. Zoo and museum that I would like to provide as well. We don't... Well, we actually do have room for that. So we have the main road that's ending here. For example, in this area, we could have a smaller museum. It's fine. It's a bit more urban looking, and that's perfect for a museum. We could also just move some buildings over. No, yeah, let's have the museum here. I think that makes the most sense, as we do need it anyway for the tourists. With this entrance, it's not going to be a big museum like that, because we cannot afford this, or it's not really necessary, let's say it like that, to have it in the new world. A little entrance area perhaps that we can have. Right, and then some additional buildings. Oh yeah, there. We already need to move then. Actually, we have too many warehouses here anyway. Let's get rid of this. This gives me a bit of room to breathe there again. Unfortunately, I cannot move the clay pit there anymore, as it's costing me 80,000 research points now. Theoretically, we can afford it. We get up to 121,000 at the moment. So, actually, we can do this. Let's go ahead and research another clay pit discovery, so we can move this away. This will be glorious. And Master of Nature, clay pit. Actually, we have 2 more available there, I think. And ooh, we can really go crazy with this still. Didn't expect that at all. And I think we can already move one. Yep, we can move this one. Let's move it down there. And have this area available there to us again as well for the museum then. Perfect. After all, we can make a proper museum here. I think like that. Yep. That's fine. I'm totally happy with that. Having something like this in Manola is just really nice. And then, of course, a proper fence around it.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
And Abe. Let's take this one too. And with that, yeah, this is not very good. People will not be able to move in. But I think like that is fine. Right, and then we have our entrance here. As always, keeping symmetry. With a 3-tile avenue to a museum is not good, so we will have to do it like that. However, I could have some ornaments in here as well. Let's have this one all the way to this area. Let's build the fence around it, and then we can actually already build the museum on top of that. Just some pavements that we need then, and probably also a nice fountain here in the center. Oh yes, like the big one here. And then I think just normal pavement we really need in the center. And around it, of course, we do have then trees. That's fine. And then some palm trees all around it. Or, we could also go with the... Nah, let's go with normal palm trees. The tropical forest. And the tricky thing is now I actually do need influence to build more because you don't have the 10 influence limit in Manola itself, right? So we need to need to stay low profile with these buildings then. By the way, one more thing that we need then here, of course, is the bus station.
And it will arrive there in the end.
Very good. However, we still haven't connected it really with the main bus station, right? So up to this point here, I think they are connected. But then to this area, we don't have a bus station yet. So I also need to do this if I want to connect all of them. Of course, we want to. And for that, I need to have another bus station here. But now we have the connection all the way to the museum. No, it's still not connected. There is no connection here. That is fine though, as this is a nice location for a bus station. I think it's a bit busier than usual, is it? What is going on here? We have a serious traffic jam at the moment. They're stuck all the way to that side here and can't get over the bridge. There's so many of them. Interesting. Where are all these ants going? Up there. I think we need another bridge here to solve the traffic jam. Never expected this to have an Anno. In all honesty, one bridge is not enough. That's really interesting though, gotta say that. Let's finish off this area here with a fence all the way to that side. And also here, so that it doesn't look so naked. Diving bell quest. I don't care about that. Holy moly, really, we have a serious traffic jam. Look at that. It's going all the way to that side here now. And we got a new dish there once again. Also for the bar, the Enbesa Sunrise. Please use my new bridge, please. Yep. I think they need to adjust first before they do this. Interesting stuff, really. Alright, let's get back to my tourists. Because, yep, the bread is now fulfilled. The boxing arena is fulfilled. For the restaurant, we do need 50 more. For the jam, we do need 100 more jam. That is my point here now. We can go back to Crown Falls. And then to the New World. To Manola. Taking jam and fur coats. Still need a trader for that. Yeah, let's go with a huge collier. Lots of storage it has, and also we have more room for expansion because I think we're going to need a few more items at some point for this dedicated tourist trade routes. The only thing we do need to do is setting some minimums here because jam is at 250. Let's put this one to 100 tons minimum. And fur coats is 0, I think, right now. Let's also set this one to minimum 100 before it gets exported. And then, of course, we need to fix it. What's going on with my fur coats there? Oh, consumption is really high on this one at the moment. We have 8,000 artisans. So why not just get rid of the problem by just getting rid of artisans? More of them. We have too many artisans. There is, first of all, the upgrades that we can do. That's a few more workers. And then we have too many artisans. Where is priority? Here? Up here, perhaps a few more. Let's just make sure that they have electricity connection, though. And yeah, along this road there. Up the hill, we can have a few more engineers in the center of it. Fine. These guys here for sure. Though the problem is those guys, they're missing something. Yeah, fur coats. Oh my, I cannot upgrade them at the moment because we are missing their vital ingredient. We need to reduce the fur coat consumption. Or we need to increase the production. Let's just quickly check it out. We have lots of fur and lots of cotton, so we could just fix it by adding a few more productions. The difference is 6 at the moment. They're being boosted already to 260% with our trade union that we have, so I don't need that many more. I think actually just one would be fine. Let's build one more that is being boosted. It was just within it. Wasn't it? Now that begins again. Unfortunately, I cannot build here because we do have the... Oh, I can! Still not solving my problem. but at least I can add 2 more. Let's upgrade the warehouse. Alright, with that we have a surplus though, because they are still receiving electricity. So I'm fine with that, as really it should not get higher than this. So we are already upgrading more people to investors down the road, engineers, and then to investors. We have 24,000 engineers after all, which is really not necessary at this point. So I'm just waiting for some fur coats to come in, and then we are able to get more. And this, by the way, also solves my influence problem right away, because we do need it for, zoos and museums in the New World. Don't forget that. So we can still go ahead with a few more upgrades than here in the center. There is a few more. Perfect. 89. We're still having, I don't know how many we really should upgrade. Let's upgrade these blocks there. That's a few more to 9,000 down. Perfect. Yes, along the main avenue here. Perfect. Then also some here. This is already doing wonders. Perfect. I think that is way enough already. Looking good. Let's still get them to their new skin. That was not it. Where's my... That's the one, right? Yes, that's the one. Very good. Overall, really happy with how this one is starting to look. This should though really drop my fur coat consumption now significantly. 28 now, we have a surplus of 6. And with that we have solved the crisis, at least for now, with the fur coats. Now that means bread and fur coats will be permanently in now as well for Manola. We should still be going ahead here with a few more hotels now. I'm waiting for some building materials because we need windows for the next hotels, right? I don't have that yet, but there's a huge batch of windows coming in. And then we continue happily here with our tourism in Manola all the way up to the monument. Stay tuned.